Hello, beautiful people. I'm just going to wait maybe another minute or so and we will get going. I'm super excited to talk about transmutation, transmuting energy frequencies. Yeah. Okay. Well, we are live here, so I will get started. All right, beauties. I really wanted to talk about this topic because I've been having a lot of positive experience with it. And I really wanted to just focus in. One, I just want to tell you my experience with it. And then two, I want to just kind of break it down step by step how it works for me. And if anyone comes onto this live, I would love to see what works for you or what questions you have about transmuting denser frequencies. So a few weeks ago, I guess about 4 weeks ago now, how is it seems that the Wi-Fi is not doing too good here. Let's see what's happening. It seems, it looks like it's okay. Okay, looks like it's okay. So a few weeks ago, I was on my yoga mat and I was not even thinking about this topic as much in regards to my health as much as I was just with sound healing, because my husband asked me a question about transmuting sound waves. And, it was just kind of on my high horse saying some stuff about how to transmute certain frequencies of sound waves. And then I brought it to my yoga mat and I was like, wait a second. If a sound wave is a vibration that's mutable, that can be entrained to a higher frequency, and if emotions are vibrations that can be shifted to a higher frequency, then why can't any vibration, right? So I decided to do something with my body. I don't really want to go into the details, but it required some medical intervention and just chemicals, right? Things that just put into my body. So usually I'm pretty polarized about this. And for some reason, after thinking about sound waves, I just got really strong in the perspective that, wait a second, really everything's a sound wave. Everything's a frequency. If everything is vibrating and everything is a frequency, then why can't I transmute anything I want, right? Why can't you? So there's a lot of chemicals, right? There's chemtrails, there's pesticides in our food, there's things that are injected into us. All of that stuff has a frequency, has a rate of vibration. But each of us, have a spark of source energy. And it is up to us whether we grow that spark and live from that spark, or we live from other frequencies. So what I did was just demand and command that my source frequency be the dominant frequency in my body. And that's why I felt okay doing some medical things that I did. And I did it actually not out of fear, but out of curiosity if I could transmute this. So I've been working for a while with like solidarity, like with sovereignty of frequency, and just commanding and demanding that I live from my source frequency, my highest source frequency. So I've been doing that for a while. And so I just really upped it before I went to bed, before I woke up, got out of bed. And I'm telling you, it's amazing what's happened. I actually go see a practitioner. She does something called Bionetic Health. And she has this machine that can test all these frequencies that are in my body, like all the health. And then we start to test all the supplements that I'm taking. And I went there last week, and there's no sign of those chemicals in my body that I thought would be as a result of the injection. So nothing's there. And she's like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it seems to be affecting you in a positive way. It seems to be transmuting things. It seems to be. So it's kind of cool having, doing something vibrationally and something that's unseen, and having science validate it. So guys, I am transmuting chemicals, preservatives, toxins. I'm transmuting them. And what do I think transmuting means? I think it means you get to switch the vibration of it. You get to cancel it out. You get to release it out of your body. You get to entrain it to a higher frequency. And so one of the things I've been saying is, I cease and desist any program that's related to any chemicals or toxins or preservatives or anything in my body that doesn't align with source. And then I say, what else do I say? So I command and demand that my source frequency is the dominant frequency in my body. And then I say anything that's not aligned with that expands out and releases. And this is working for me. Now, in the past, I've been a pretty highly sensitive person. In the past, I've been a pretty affected person, right? Affected by all the frequencies around me, affected by, I remember having a panic attack like 10 years ago and going to the ER because I thought I was having a heart attack and I couldn't breathe. And when I went to the emergency room, they gave me an Ativan, but I said I'm really sensitive, so only give me like a super little amount. So they gave me half a milligram, and I took half the milligram, went loopy and stuff, and the next day was completely hungover from it, completely affected by it. When I get the flu shot, I get sick for a month, so I don't do that anymore. So I was very leery of the chemicals and stuff that I would be receiving in my body from from what I just did. And it didn't affect me. It didn't affect me, and I have scientific proof it didn't affect me because the frequency machine can't detect anything in there, can't detect the chemicals or preservatives or the toxins. My body's not recognizing it as something that's not it, because that's basically what it measures. This machine measures frequencies that are not working for your body, and you can tell, like, they give you like a whole report of these frequencies and things that aren't working, okay? And none of that stuff was in there. So that's pretty cool. So what do you want to transmute in your life? You know, do you feel like your reality has to get smaller and smaller and smaller because you're getting sensitive, more sensitive, more sensitive? Your vibration is rising, so your reality is getting smaller. I've seen this a lot. Vibrations rising, so therefore realities get smaller. And I was starting to live that way, and I didn't want to anymore. I felt trapped. I felt trapped in my own home because I just felt like anything was going to start like affecting my mood and my vitality and my vibration. And I was like, can't be around this, I can't be around that, I can't do this and that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like the boy in the bubble. And I just didn't want to live like that anymore. So I was just like, had this aha moment. Oh my God, I am an infinite being. You are an infinite being. Infinite beings cannot be controlled by lower frequencies, but it is important to do the work of keeping your vibration high. And you can do the work. It doesn't, and everything doesn't have to just keep pummeling you, pummeling you. You know, you just check in every hour. Just coming back to my source frequency, expanding it out. I infiltrate it into every cell of my body and being and space of my being. That's what I do. I basically do it. I've got this watch. It tells me to breathe every hour, it tells me to stand up every hour. And when I do that, that's when I kind of let out a tone, and I let out just a connecting back in. Source frequency is my dominant frequency. I command and demand this. Any other program needs to leave now. And that's how I've been running my day. So guys, we have these watches, right? We have these phones. Set an alarm every hour and make sure that you are commanding, demanding what what frequency you want to live by. And that's transmuting. Sustaining a high frequency so nothing else can really, and then training everything else to it or getting it to leave. So you can do this with your voice. And I love doing this with my voice. There's some preliminary work, and I just wanted to say I have a free webinar coming up. And so this is a timed thing. If you're watching the replay of this, this may or may not be relevant to you, but September 30th, 2021, depending on when you're watching this, I have a free webinar coming up about vocal toning for your best life. And it's free, it's an hour, and I'm just gonna be talking all about things like this, like how to build the bridge of high frequency with your own voice and how to use that for vibrational alignment with everything you'd like to experience and live in this playground on earth. So do you wanna feel better? Do you want to be living the life your dreams are calling you to live? Do you want to like have this deep inner peace and excitement about every day? That's what that program is about. And in that program, I'll also introduce my longer program, which is called Vocal Toning for Manifesting. And that's going to be launching soon. And as soon as I have the link for that, I'll put that in the descriptions here. But that is underway. Can you see, whoops, where are we? Can you see this thing here? This is one of the devices and pieces of recording gear I had all over this small room. I did all my recording this week. So guys, let's do a little transmuting, okay? What I want to do right now with you is I want you to tune in to your highest source self, okay? One, you can just have that intention, highest source self. Or think of a time after a meditation or something where you just felt so light. You've melded with the universe. You felt light. I want you to get that energetic. And when you're ready, you're going to just let out an ah, okay? And you're going to let that ah just shower through you, over you, around you, okay? By putting that frequency of intention of your greatest self, of your highest self, of the time when you were vibing so high, and put that in right here. Ah. Yeah. What if transmuting can be that simple? This awareness and energetic stuff doesn't have to have much story. Actually, the more story you put to it, the more polarized it is and denser it is. Anything that has a story is denser than pure simplicity of source energy. And so there's so many stories we're hearing in the awakening niche and the ascension niche, and they're fun, and like they have to do with light aliens and light language and all this, you know, all these tiers and tiers through the universe, all these stories, and they satisfy our thinking mind that needs to know things linearly and needs to have the story. But the bigger story, the bigger reality is that all of it is sourced by source energy. All of it's sourced by the I amness, the nothingness, and the everythingness. And what if it's just that simple? So reel yourself out of the story, okay? And just bring in that high vibe of you as source, you as an infinite being through your voice. Now, everyone's going to have something that's called the home note. So you're going to feel more comfortable on different notes. Like this is my home note, and this is me singing through my source self. And maybe it'll be a contribution to you too. So when I sing that note, and on ooh, in that pitch, there's something that happens. Like everything, it's kind of like, what is it? Like everything just flips into a certain frequency. I could just feel everything go. And to me, that's what transmuting is. And so I've been doing that a lot lately, and I love doing it in the shower, guys. So doing this kind of transmuting work in the shower is really powerful, really potent. I don't know what it is, like the water, the negative ions in the water. I have no idea, but or just it's the bathroom, and the water is a strong resonator, but it feels really good to do it in the bathroom. So let's just let out our home note and just transmute any chemical, any toxin, any dense emotion that we're like, okay, I don't want this in my Friday. Let's transmute it all back to source light. And then you might notice that the ooh, your home note wants to turn into just flowing up and down, and just go with where it wants to go. Now, the up and downness, it might be playing with frequencies that are in your emotional field or thought field. It's working through there. So that is something I'm going to be going through in my new virtual course. Is we're gonna tone different exercises with our emotional habits. We're going to get into the subconscious frequencies with our voice. So it's going to be a pretty cool course. So I can't wait to have that link for you. All right, a little bit more for you guys. Let's just expand our source energy. Let's expand it through our voice, and let's align everything in our body, in our field, everything we're living up to source frequency. Ah, feels good. Feels good. All right, beautiful people, have a wonderful day. I hope this video is a contribution. Go try transmuting and detoxing yourself from low frequencies. You got this.